What's up, viewers, subscribers, and agents alike? It's your boy Enlightened Luciferian Prince coming at y'all once again. Welcome to another episode of Lord Light Luciferian Prince. If you're watching this video around children, please remove them from your immediate vicinity, as my videos are not for children. You already know that. What I'm getting ready to explain has to deal with legal situations. Let me say this: I am not a lawyer. If indeed you have doubts about anything I say, please consult with an attorney. I would say honest one, but there's no such thing. But please consult with an attorney in regards to your legal affairs, and take what I take as for a grain of salt. This does not constitute anything anti-government. This is totally protected by the First Amendment of the Constitution and freedom of speech. And other than that, let's get the kids out the way and let's cook. Now, I was going to do 2 uploads today, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to consolidate this into one video. And the title of this video is How to Avoid the Tax Trap. Now, is this anti-tax? Absolutely not. Let's get that straight for any agents or anybody or any agency out there that tries to misconstrue, because what I'm going to say and what I'm going to pinpoint actually comes out of the Internal Revenue Code and all subsequent laws therewith. Now, these laws, which most of my audience don't know about, or most of my audience has not been informed of, it is my duty, it is my responsibility, it is my obligation to you as subscribers and viewers to point these things out to you so that you can avoid the tax trap. Now, when we look at taxes, everybody thinks that taxes are obligatory. They're not. Taxation is strictly voluntary. Okay? It's voluntary. And when you understand how voluntary taxation is, it's all with your consent. The number one rule in anything engaging in this world, as far as commerce or anything of the like, it all boils down to consent. What you consent to, you agree to. So, if you contract, that is consensual obligation, whether mutual, temporal, perpetual, it's all the same. All it takes is an element of consent. The number one rule in order for commerce to engage is to have some form of consent. Excuse me. It's a very cold and rainy day in December, so bear with me. My throat might not hear a slight difference in it, but let me adjust myself. So what am I saying? Now around this time of year, which is December, so between December 31st of last year to December 31st of this year, I know a lot of y'all gonna get y'all taxes all together. Y'all gonna get all y'all paperwork together, figure out what y'all need to figure out, because as we already know, tax time is coming up next year. After y'all go broke during Christmas and you drink your life away during New Year's, your wallet's going to be empty. You're going to be looking for some cash. We already know the game, people. This is how society is structured. We can't be naive about the fact that this is the reality that we always face. But if you're smart, and if you're attentive, and if you're intelligent, you'll listen to what I have to say. Now, normally around tax time, 95% of the population, I'm just going to be polite, 95% of the population fill out the 1040, okay? This is the form that is always displayed before the population's face, and the average person, the populace, they fill out the 1040. Okay, let's get one thing straight. Whenever you look at a tax form, if you look at the upper right-hand corner, there's an OMB number, Office of Management and Budget. If you look up that number and you correspond that number to what that form is supposed to be used for, that form is only supposed to be used by federal employees. The 1040 is only supposed to be used by federal employees. Period. Don't take my word for it. Look up the OMB number on the upper right-hand corner of the 1040 form. It's right there in your face. She said you never looked at it. Now, whenever you say that you're a federal employee, you're basically saying you hold some sort of general partnership, and you're basically saying, hey, I'm down to finance the debt that basically y'all have declared since 1933. You know what I'm saying? I'm a general partner. So that's why a lot of people don't understand when they sit here and say, I'm a tax-paying citizen. All you're doing is saying that you're a general partner. But at the same token, anybody that's a general partner in a partnership in a corporation holds stock. They're shareholders. But you're not the shareholder. You're giving your shares up through taxation, through consent. And what do I mean consent? If you look at the 1040 form and look at it very closely, and you look it up yourself, you will see that the last line that you sign, which you're not supposed to, but I'm putting the cart before the horse before the cart before the horse. But you're not supposed to sign it, okay? You're just supposed to fill out information pertaining to the taxable year, okay? All the things that capital gains, loss, whatever, all of that goes on the form. The moment you sign a 1040, you become your own tax assessor against yourself. Because what does it say? It says, I hereby declare under penalty of the laws of perjury that all stated on this form is true, correct, complete, and to the best of my knowledge. It's not misleading. You just swore against yourself, which is why a lot of y'all get some fucked up returns. Because you're saying that what's accurate is on this form. They're going to take it as is. That's why whenever you call the IRS and you talk about, well, my refund isn't coming, and then they get around to you finally, and then they be like, well, do you think that this is what you deserve? You say, yeah, because you just thirsty. You just look for some money. But not knowing that you basically don't really even have an accurate audit of your taxes because you signed it and they took you on your word. But here's how we get a proper return. And if you follow me and follow me closely, if you indeed want to do one of three things, and this is why I said I was going to consolidate the videos. One, keep paying your taxes just like you want to, act like what I said don't matter, and shut this video the fuck off. If what I'm saying is very confusing to you, act like what I said didn't even matter. Number two, for those who want to take it a different route, fill out the form, and then you write in the box, exempt, if you want tax exemption. All right? Number three, if you want to fill out the 1040, okay? You fill out the 1040, but don't sign it. What you're supposed to do is fill it out, put a nice cover letter with it, and as the Internal Revenue District Director, in regards to this account, and you put this in the cover letter, Internal Revenue Code 6065, okay? Internal Revenue Code 6065 states that any letter, notice, proceed, or document issued on behalf of the Internal Revenue Service has to be made under penalty of perjury. So you would send a cover letter into the IRS along with the 1040, unsigned, and you would ask somebody to properly assess this, and please return this form to me signed under penalty of the laws of perjury in accordance with Internal Revenue Code 6065. Now, of course, we already know that anyone who signs anything under penalty of the laws of perjury makes themselves liable. Okay? They make themselves liable based upon prima facie evidence that they signed the form under penalty of the laws of perjury. Now, we know that the IRS is not going to make themselves liable. So let's just find it safe to say that they're not going to return it to you. But you always keep a copy of the original 1040 you sent in, and then you send them that cover letter, and then you send them a notice of default. Okay? The notice of default refers back to the original letter in the original 1040 in which you asked them to sign under penalty of perjury. Since they did not honor the agreement under penalty of the laws of perjury, you request all the monies back from the previous 3 taxable years. And then you can go this route, number 4. You can start filling out a 1041. Fill you out, get your EIN number, and pretty much once you get an EIN number, it is what it is. Okay? For the most part, once you start using the EIN number in a 1041, you fill it out the same way you would a 1040, but at the same token, here's the thing. You do not pay taxes because on the 1041, when it asks for the identifying number, it asks for EIN, not a social. See, when you fill out a 1040, that's a social attached to it. When you fill out a 1041 as an EIN, that's estates and trusts. No estate pays taxes. So when people realize this, for the most part, hey babe, when people don't understand, they have to understand is that no trust pays taxes. This is actually considerably, if you look at the O&B number on the 1041 form, you'll see it for yourself. And that's in less than 12 minutes. Everybody has to understand that when you fill out any type of contract with the IRS, which is not even a governmental corporation anyway, you know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with government whatsoever. Because if you look at any type of form with the IRS, it's a contract. It says Department of Treasury, and it says IRS. That's only because of the Bretton Woods Agreement of 1944. So you have to understand that this is not a governmental corporation. This is just a subcontractor that is only gaining taxation off of the actual revenue of the people. Income is not defined as your net gain profits. It's not defined as that. If you look it up legally. So if they say Internal Revenue Service, revenue, okay? Revenue. So basically, I'm going to take your taxation, I'm going to put it over here and move it to the UK with a form 8898. And that's in a form you don't use. That's what they use for you to pay tribute to the Vatican. But they ain't going to tell you that, though. But I am. That's what taxes are. Taxes is nothing more than just an ancient feudal agreement between, well, actually it wasn't even an agreement. It was actually just like, imposed upon the people, basically saying, well, we run this and you're going to give us a portion of this. But see, they couldn't do that in the Constitutional Republic because they had to realize they gained their power by the consent of the government. So if you give consent on a piece of paper, they can take it. But don't believe me, though. Like I said, if you need any assistance in furtherance in this and certain things I will not say on my YouTube channel, I'm just being generalistic with this on this particular instance. But if you need any further assistance in regards to this, please contact me via email. I'll leave my email address in the video description and the comment section. Serious inquiries only, which means don't waste my time. I say this time and time again. Do not waste my time. I'm just going to be honest with you. Don't waste my time and I won't waste yours. Because I try to tell a lot of people, and I said this for years, if you do not get an email response back from me, you sent me an email, there's probably a good reason why, because you didn't follow directions. I'm a very busy person. I have limited time, limited space to do and handle business. I don't have time to deal with particular instances and particularities with people. I'm just going to let you know, if you want to schedule a consultation in regards to taxation, please leave it in the subject line of your email and a phone number I can actually reach you back and a good time to reach you. And we'll take it from there. Other than that, nothing else to say. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, that's just the way it is. For the most part, I'm signing off. Peace, light, love. Y'all take care. I'm out.